The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Hello, here I am. Welcome to the show. It's Nikki Glaser Podcast. We are in Los Angeles. Everyone is here, including Noah in studio. Hi, Noah.
Hi.
Oh my God, it's so exciting.
I even
This
get
is the
my
first
little
time
corner.
Noah and Brian have met.
I've never met Noah in
person.
person. I thought she was just a picture on a screen. Then I see that
And?
she's full 3D.
Is there anything unexpected about each other in person that you didn't account for? Is Noah like shorter or prettier than you thought she'd be?
I guess she's a little less significant as a structural being than I thought.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, in the
Wait, is that a diss or is that a compliment?
that's why I said interesting.
Yes.
I didn't know what to make of that.
I can you stand up?
Are you AI?
I've never seen. Yeah, I thought that, I guess you're wearing the crop top sweatshirt now. No, I thought
Yeah.
you'd be, well, you're a little taller.
Than you thought
You're
she'd
a
be?
little taller, but in terms of
But
overall
still more
structure,
significant.
Yeah.
you're a little
While-
less robust than I imagined.
Okay.
We're off to a
Yeah,
great
like
start.
like a tomato soup.
Yeah.
That's Sean O'Connor. He's in studio too with us.
The,
Welcome back to the
man
show.
who just said tomato soup is Sean O'Connor, everybody.
I mentioned the bisque. And then also with us is, you know him, you love him, Andrew Collin.
Hi. I don't know. It was
What's
such
your
a strong.
soup? I thought
Everyone
you
was
were-
having such
What's your
strong
favorite
riffs.
soup?
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
It's
what
kinda
would it?
disgusting.
What would
You don't
the
have to-
question be? Ever?
well, I've had
No, in the
different
past month.
stages.
Okay,
I've had
that's
different-
true. That's true.
First was sour cream,
Oh.
and then I worked my way to more liquids. I don't know. I would say clam chowder.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
New
wow.
England or Manhattan?
New England, Manhattan, go fuck itself.
No, I
don't-
like a tomato based.
Me
I like
too.
A
You
yeah.
know, now that
okay,
you
get
say
on
it.
board. Okay.
Are we just gonna roll past you saying sour cream as a soup? Is this like a?
I did because I just know that was probably something you ate with a spoon at one point in your life.
My brother tricked me one time and said it was ice cream when I was 7.
Okay.
And I ate it, and it was it was on him because I loved it, and I asked for another bowl of sour cream, and I was like, "This is the best ice
Oh,
cream
I've been known
ever
to,
had."
because sometimes you want like a sour cream or like a cream cheese or something like a dip
Oh, yeah.
really badly, and they're always horrible for you, right? So you want like a lot, and then you go, okay, so I'm gonna eat it with crackers, and then you go, wait a second, like I'm already doing this shameful thing of like I'm gonna eat the entire tub. Why do I add crackers to it to justify it when really I just want it? So I'll just get a spoon in there and like eat
That's
with
strong.
a spoon like some
Sure.
cream cheese sometimes.
French,
went through.
French onion dip, you'll go spoon.
No, I wouldn't. But a cream cheese, I've been known to like eat it
Eat
like
cream cheese with a spoon?
I have.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Here's
I
something
really have.
interesting. The last bit of cream cheese, I'll go with my finger around, and I don't even question it.
So
if
it
you pick
comes?
I
That's a good style. Like the rim.
Yeah.
I love that rim. You get a whole scoop
do.
in
Yeah,
that
the
rim.
rim is fucking hot.
so
Yeah,
true.
yeah. But going right in the middle of a fresh cream that's a
Oh, that
strong
would be
move.
Yeah.
disgusting. Yeah.
With a finger, especially.
Yeah. But yeah, finger. There's so much you miss out of containers. Like our on our girls chat, Hala posted the other day. She was like, "Does anyone relate to this? You pull out it was a jelly jar and it had just like nothing in it, just like the remnants of jelly that her husband put back into the refrigerator." Thinking that something could be had from it. I guess he
Sure.
I thought he was just pulling the move that I do, which is like, I don't want to clean it right now. I'll just clean it later, but I'll refrigerate it until then so it doesn't like smell bad in the recycling.
Okay.
So do you guys ever do that? Do you like put a full, an empty thing back in?
I feel like I'm never more optimistic than when I take, there's like a little bit of peanut butter left in the jar.
Yeah.
I think that could cover an entire piece of bread, even though it's probably not even worthy of being put in the trash.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you get frustrated when you see that, or are you someone that puts it in?
Well, here's the thing.
Either one or the other.
I'm somebody who puts it back in.
Yes.
This is like an actual recurring fight I have with my wife.
That's what I found for
Yeah.
everyone. It's one person is the
Yeah.
putter inner, and one person is the why did you put this back in there?
I'm just like, I do think I could get a little bit more like jam. Like
Yeah.
there's some there, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be disgusting and like, you know, shove it into my mouth. I'll wait and like knife it on something.
Yes, or you'll scrape the inside with the thing that you're eating.
Now here's where I become very guilty, and my wife is right. Is I did this 2 days ago, and then yesterday when I was making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I just took out the new one.
Yes.
I made direct eye contact
Well,
with
yeah,
it.
I know. I made a change in my life. I decided it's not worth the time to try to scrape out the 15 cents worth of peanut butter from the jar. I am just throwing it away and getting a new one every
This is
single
about
time.
time management.
This is about time management. Can I say one more thing about containers, though, while we're on
Yeah.
this subject? Can people who make containers, I don't know if any of the besties make containers, but can you stop putting the little lip that goes underneath the lid? You know how like the container is a certain width, and then all of a sudden there's like a lip at the top of it, like a
Okay.
ring. It's like a little bit wider than
So
the
that
rest.
it can snap on.
No. That's the outside. I'm talking about the inside.
Oh, yeah,
With-
so they're
and then
saving
everything gets
product.
stuck in that lip when you're trying to get it out.
Yeah,
Just
that's
make it the
annoying.
same.
Make it the same. But
you-
they want you to buy.
No, I know what you're
no.
talking about. I know what you're talking about. I don't know what the reasoning is.
Yeah, I'm more like preach. Like I have nothing to add.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, you're right.
Get rid of that lip.
Yes. There's so. I mean, like, stop making shampoos and conditioners in like really structurally like the way you described Noah before. Structurally sound, robust
Yeah.
containers that are like you can't squeeze.
You gotta be able to squeeze.
And so then they get stuck on the top, and it's like you know what's in there, and you can't even cut through them because I'll cut all my like beauty products and like scrape out the stuff because it's like $80 for some of these things, and you're
You have to
leaving
put
at least
water in it to
Yeah.
get the rest of it
Yeah,
out.
the water, you shake it
And then you
up.
shake it up.
I think a lot of people just
shampoo
leave it
cocktail.
in there though for laziness is why I don't throw it away. Like because I'll just put it in the fridge. The last bit,
Yeah, but
I'll
that's
buy
like-
a new one. So I have like 3 like dead
Oh, wow. You just
peanut
got-
butters just sitting
it's
there.
crazy because the laziness is such an ADD thing. Rachel Feinstein and I were talking about this of like you just. I think a part of ADD, which I found that a lot of people just attribute qualities about themselves they don't like to ADD.
Oh, yeah, for
Like,
sure.
It's like everything
Racism.
that you don't like about yourself is just ADD, but you just screw on tops like a little bit. Like or you don't screw on them on at all. That is a thing I do all the time. Or you just like, how hard is it to throw away something? But I'm stressed out by making trash. So if I hold on to it, it's a hoarding thing too, I'm sure. It's all part
Yeah.
of the spectrum
Yeah.
of like hoarding. Like if I and I know I need to clean it in order to recycle it properly, but even recycling I know is a sham, and so I just feel guilty about the whole fucking thing, so I just keep it in the refrigerator forever.
Yeah,
Hey man, it almost feels like why do we do anything? Like truly,
Dude.
it should just.
This is how
We should
hoarding
just
starts.
stay
It
in
is.
Yeah.
bed and die. Like I really like. I think this. I thought of this morning. I'm like, there's just no point to getting
What
up and doing a Monday. Like,
Is the point about I was listening to Tim Dillon's podcast, which by the way, his new show that Brian Frangie is the showrunner of comes out yesterday.
It's out.
It's out, baby.
Go on Netflix and
is your
start
country.
watching it, and whatever you do, don't hit play and then stop it 5 minutes in. That is worse than not watching it.
Wow. Okay.
Hit play
I'm gonna start
and
watching more
watch it
people's
till-
specials. Only 4 minutes.
Well, yeah, if you want to hurt
instead
somebody,
of not watching.
that's right. You hit play, you go, oh, I guess the algorithm thinks I should like this. And then 4 minutes in, you hit stop, then it goes,
They're
whoa.
not wrong because when I stop 4 minutes before or 5 minutes into something,
Yep.
it means I literally hate it.
Yep.
Like they're right to think that. Like
Yeah.
that's when you turn it off. If you last more than 5 minutes, you love it.
Yeah.
Even 6 minutes, it's like my favorite show.
4 or 5 minutes is, I think, about what I give a show before
Okay.
I turn it off.
Commit to the whole episode. Like just
You don't have to watch it. Just hit play and let it run.
That's what I always say.
Yeah.
Just hit play and let it run. But I was listening to Tim's podcast, and he said, speaking of like, why do we even get out of bed? He was like, he pointed out the only people that get out of bed in the morning that are like charged up about life are the ones that are like wanting like to create war, like the war machines, like the gray suit, black-eyed, horrible people of the world are the only ones that wake up with like a purpose in the morning to like make more war. Let's start. He goes, let's get people riled up about a war in a place they've never been. And he was like, let's make this war look like a new bakery opening in town. It was so true because it's like so hard. The only people that are motivated are scumbags.
Yeah.
Truly, this guy's not a scumbag, but does anyone follow Tony P in DC on Instagram?
No, who's that?
He's like a local newscaster who is basically, honestly, if you follow him. It's the funniest thing. He posts his day every day, and he is like a sim. He wakes up excited. He eats the same thing every day. He goes to work. He goes to like karaoke with friends. Then he's back and like, but it's just like he has the same expression on his face the entire time. Like,
Oh, wow.
I think people
Tony
love
P
it.
in DC?
yeah,
Okay.
Tony P and
Well, is
DC.
he
He's
playing
so
up that expression, or
What does
interested.
he do? He's a weatherman, you said?
He's like a newscaster.
Okay.
So he's like, but it's just like, he just like is always smiling like,
He's not playing
Okay,
that up
he's-
for the sake of
no,
content.
he's just boring,
He's
but I
on the
love
spectrum.
him.
Spectrum.
That's why he stands out.
I love him. He's
Yeah.
so the opposite of me that I'm like, this is the most interesting life.
Oh my God! When people, here's the thing about, and I think it's been pointed out a million times, but like oftentimes on Girls Chat, we'll share some kind of video of like, what was the one I shared the other day where it was a woman with her baby? It was a woman like sitting in a nursery and she's like crying or something, or she's upset and her baby comes in and be like, "Mama, are you okay? I want to give you a hug." And it's so sweet. It's like the kid notices the mom's sad. It's like, "I'll make you a sandwich," and she's like, "I'm just a little sad right now." And it's like, this bitch set up a camera, filmed
Yes.
herself crying, waited for her kid to toddle in, probably didn't get the shot right at first, had to do it again. And it's like, watch everything with that discerning eye of like, why is this being, who's filming this?
Yeah.
I think we've got, at first there was an era where we did judge things about like, why are people, like, influencers in the wild, we like saw them. Let's orient ourselves to judge every video you're seeing of someone had to set up a fucking camera to do it. And that is why when I am at a concert and I am needing to get content of someone filming me at a concert, I can't stand when someone does like Carla was at the concert with me with Gracie Abrams, and I'm like, hey, if you can, like, get some footage of me singing and having a good time. But don't let me see that you're doing it, because if the audience thinks I know you're filming, for me at least, I'm just like, that bitch like thinks she's cool, and I'm not, and I don't want to be performative. Like, there are times I've had to fake something to make it look like I don't know it's being filmed, but for the most part, I don't like to post things that where the audience knows that I know I'm being filmed. So it's like, I was like, you can't do selfie because then it looks like I'm like singing to the camera, I love myself. Like, it's so annoying. So I was like, just sneak it. And then I'm just going to do my thing and don't tell me when you're filming. And I think we've gotten away from that. Like, people aren't ashamed
You
to
caught me once at the Sphere.
Yes.
I was dancing to U2 because I was just trying to figure out a way to enjoy any of it.
It's way funnier to see if people would have thought you knew you were being filmed. That's
Yeah.
a lame video.
Yeah, lame. And that's what people say about all my videos.
No, that's not true. But like, I just can't. If you're doing something intentionally funny, I get it. But if you're trying to capture a real moment, can everyone just like make some effort to make it look
But
a little
what's
secret?
ironic about that moment is that it was me being fake, but you caught me doing a fake thing.
So you were being fake for us?
I was being fake for you too. I was like, let me ironically dance and sing to this terrible U2 song, like the people around us, so that
Right.
maybe I can.
No, that's real.
In
Brian.
case
I caught a
Bono
real
makes eye contact with you, and he's like, he's having a bad time.
Do you have my keys?
Oh yeah,
Inside.
Well, that was one of the Sphere show during
Yeah.
the Sphere show. Bono sang a song about.
wasn't even a song.
No, it wasn't a song. He was just talking in between songs
About like Africa?
He was not even. I mean, he did a little bit. At one point, he
He
said
did.
he like applauded AI.
Yeah, he applauded AI. He thanked Jeff Bezos, and then he said, "We all need freedom," as if that was some profound statement to
This is
make.
when you're dancing.
And then he asked. He was talking about looking for his keys. He was talking about how hotels are too expensive. Which no,
There's
don't
one
relate
thing
to
that's
us like
true
that.
about Vegas during the Super Bowl: the hotel prices. Am I right? And then everyone was like, "Yeah, he is right," as if he ever paid for a hotel
insane.
his entire life.
Yeah, I saw Pearl Jam, and they were in the Bank of America, whatever arena, talking shit about Wall Street.
Oh, my
Meanwhile,
God.
you're
Yeah.
it's just so
Well, I did go.
Hypocritical. But like, it's the Bank of America doesn't own that arena. They're just paying for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
just
Naming
defending the
rights.
Pearl
Nah, they
Jam.
built it.
No, I think I appreciate, like, I do casinos a lot, and I have started to call out that, like, this is a place built on people's addictions and families
Oh, yeah.
being destroyed. And it's really fun
Speaking
to do that
about
in the beginning of a
Why
show.
do people who get up on the morning, the only other people that aren't trying to start war are people who are addicted.
Oh, I mean, coffee.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotta say
Coffee.
that coffee gets me up in the morning. Food gets me up in the morning. And that's about it. Like everything else is just like fuck, and the dog. I mean, but yeah,
Sure.
getting up in the morning is
And even like these people, they go, "Oh, you can't drink coffee for the first 90 minutes because that's when there's so many."
Is that a thing?
Oh, you're supposed to
Yeah,
like
you gotta wait for your
Go out
cortisol,
and
your
you're
real
s-
cortisol.
Andrew Huberman.
Yeah.
I can't handle it. I can't.
I can't.
Anytime he pops up, he has bad news for my life. Whatever he's telling me to do, I haven't been doing it, and there's no way I will. Even though it's a very simple adjustment.
I saw a thing where now with AI you can put in documents, right? The exact documents you want to learn about, and then they make a fake podcast
Whoa.
going over those documents.
Whoa, that's
talking-
actually really helpful.
It is
That's
very
like the first
helpful,
thing
but
I've
it's an
ever
Andrew.
heard.
It's Andrew. It's gonna AI will take Andrew Huber because he is AI. He just repeats what
Oh
he
my
reads in
God.
books, but he
Yeah,
has a great
he's done.
memory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he can
so-
date 7 women at the same time.
Yeah, I
Which
mean-
the computers, that's the only other computers could do that.
But
Yeah,
I'd be
that is-
I
worried.
don't know. I had a friend in New York who did that.
That is so insane when people can do that. I'm like,
It was weird because I
So
would
ins-
hang out with him like 4 times a week, and I would be with him and a different girl every time.
Oh,
and then like I'm
boy.
like I couldn't remember all their names. I think I remember like April and Brittany, and that's it.
He was in like
Yeah.
full-fledged relationship.
Yes, and he like I'm not gonna name his name, but he definitely called it his bullpen.
oh my God.
Did he have the same
Sweet.
bar he'd bring them all to, or did he?
No,
switch
just taking
around
them
the
out,
city?
but like they all had a day, but they didn't know about each other. And then like what would inevitably happen is they would find out about each other,
course.
and then he'd just have to replace one.
Get
with,
this person on F-Boy.
Wow.
F-Boy Island.
Oh, I
Season
saw
3.
Garrett.
You saw
recently.
Garrett from the Garrett.
From F-Boy.
Wow.
Return
At
cast
David
member.
Dobrik's house.
At-
I don't know
of
how
course
I
you
was.
did.
Why were you at David Dobrik's house?
I was in the trees.
Wait, were you with what's his name?
Gianni.
Gianni. Yeah, you were with
Gianni.
Gianni.
Yeah,
at
Gianni.
David Dobrik's
For a
house.
pickleball contest for $10,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa! Did you play?
They didn't let me. I thought I was playing. I definitely
damn
wore
it.
it. Yeah, I know.
They
What
didn't
did you
let
do? Were you out
play?
of place? Did you feel?
Was it
Yes,
whites
I
only?
felt 100 years old there.
Oh,
the only
God.
person I had like anything in common with was the one picking up the sandwich wrappers. Like,
Oh, that's David Dobrik's dad.
Why?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why didn't they let you play?
oh no, Jason Nash was there, so we're
Okay,
like
you
the
two
same
old guys.
person.
Yeah, that's-
unfortunately.
Oh, he's way older than you.
I hope so.
All right, we got to go to break. We'll talk more after this. Wait. So when did you go to David Dobrik's
Like
house?
3 days ago.
Oh my
Beautiful
God.
house.
Of course.
I mean,
Where is
great.
it?
It's Sherman Oaks.
Oh, Sherman Oaks. Okay.
I mean, like he has his own pickleball court on a cliff.
Whoa.
Like it's insane.
Was it? Did it used to be a tennis court and they made it a pickleball?
Yeah.
No, you would think, but no, it's actually just straight pickle.
And did you have fun?
I had a great time.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I drank a lot of Celsius and.
Okay, but that's because I'm guessing, knowing you had some anxiety going
sure.
into this.
Yes.
And Celsius cannot help with
And
that.
I'm not drinking.
Right, and
now.
you're not drinking, so because to get ready for your wedding,
Yeah.
right? Just get
Sober
get it
September.
locked.
Get locked in. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're waiting to have a drink. I am. At
Oh,
least
you're gonna
at the
get
wedding.
Oh, that'll be so fun.
And we're having.
I can't wait to see that.
Mango Ritas after our cat.
Oh my God.
Wait, mango Ritas after your
That's so
cat?
cute.
Oh, that is cute.
I love that.
And then
It's really embarrassing.
No,
to say
that's
out loud.
sweet. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, but so back to David Dobrik's house. You
Yes.
go. So but you had fun even though you had anxiety and Celsius.
I did. I think what helps is
Just
that it's
liquid
outside
anxiety.
and there's a game going on. So I'm used to sports. So I was rooting for. I ended up. Gianni was on a team. They
Mm-hmm.
lost. So we were like talking shit, and then we became friends with. There's a sandwich place called Giada or whatever.
Yeah, that place rules.
Giametti's?
No, it's Giada.
Yeah, Giada.
It's
Like the
double
woman?
Kind
Giada-
of. Kind of. It's GGIATA. They have
Two
one on
Gs?
Two Gs.
one on
Gianni
Melrose
and
and one in
Giada.
Highland Park. It
Okay.
is the hot sandwich spot.
Okay.
God.
Yeah.
Wow, they're gonna love me for bringing it up now. It's a
Okay,
nice little
so
ad. Yeah, they were the
Giada's-
nicest guys ever, the two owners. So I ended up like becoming friends with them. They're from Jersey, and then I
Nice.
started rooting for them. So I forgot about I just locked in on pickleball.
Yes.
Sure.
So I was able to deal with it because if I had to talk, so Garrett's there though, and he
Oh
has,
yeah, Garrett.
Garrett's there, the F boy. Like
So
famous.
if you don't know Garrett Morosky.
Morosky.
Yeah, Garrett was on F Boy season 1. He
Blonde?
won.
He's the big
blonde guy,
guy?
big blonde guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won the show by convincing Sarah to fall in love with him, and then give him control of the $100,000, and then he dumped her minutes after he said he loved her.
But then they
and
took
then
the
he
money
took the
away from him.
And then we took them in a cruel twist on the show that really no one was into.
Yeah.
Including me. We took the money from him and then donated it to like a charity of
What the hell?
Sarah's music, which was, I don't even know how we got away with that.
What was the charity? I don't know if I ever followed up on that. Yeah.
Spray tans for dogs or something. So yeah. And so then Garrett came back season 2 and caused a stir. Then he's just a perfect villain, and I love him so much.
He's even better in the wild.
Is he coupled up right now?
He had a dog. He had a little Shih Tzu, and he just put it on his shoulder to get pussy. Like it's everything he does is to get laid.
Yeah.
So he just walks around with the dog, and I don't know.
Did you say hi to him and say, hey,
I did.
Did he remember you?
He did.
Oh, that's nice.
And I was like, I'm the guy from Apple. He's like, yeah, I know. And I still don't know if
he didn't know. He didn't know.
No.
There's no way.
We did talk. No,
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. God, I've heard so many nice to see yous. This town is insane with nice to see yous.
Sounds insane.
And when someone says it to me, I just go, oh, they don't know who I am. It doesn't save you anything with me.
But
no,
do you
that's
follow
good.
up?
That's good because literally it was like, I can't remember who told me to do it, but it was like an older white guy, and I always listen to them.
Yeah.
And like they were like, the most important thing is nice to see you.
It just, we've talked about it on the podcast before, because if you say nice to meet you, the person could say we've met before, and then you feel like an idiot. So nice to see you it could be the first time you're meeting them, or I've seen you again, but it really isn't. It means I don't know if we've met before. You aren't important to me enough to remember, and I'm going to play it safe. And by the way, no one says nice to see you the first time they meet someone. I don't know what we're getting away with that part.
Yeah.
No, that's wild.
That's a weird thing to say to someone the first time you meet them. So, but
I
yeah,
have
this
a
town is
solution.
filled with it.
I have a solution. You just say, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Instead of nice to see you, nice to meet you.
I nice to see someone yesterday. I have to admit it,
You
and I
did.
felt like it left a bad taste in my.
Oh
Like
my
literally, I
God.
was like blech afterwards because I was it's infiltrated me because I got to go. My agent asked me if I wanted to go to the Chargers Chiefs game yesterday.
Yeah.
And I got into town I was supposed to get into town midday from Vegas. I was in Vegas this weekend with Spade, and then I just changed the flight to flying in the morning, asked for an extra ticket because he gave me 2. I got 3. I brought my mom and dad, and we were in the owner's box.
Wow.
Which I didn't know we were in the owner's box. We walked in Chiefs gear.
Oh, God.
But it's like where the Rams play too. So like it can be any
The owner of the stadium or the owner,
owner
of the
Chargers.
Oh
You
my
walked
God, you had a full Elaine from Seinfeld moment.
I
You
didn't
walked into
realize.
the Chargers
I
owner's
texted my
box.
agent right away, and I was like, because I go to my mom and go, oh no, what? And she goes, oh, it's fine. And then she finds out it's the owner's box because she did. I go, I don't think we're supposed to be because everyone's in Chargers gear. To be fair, I didn't know the Chargers were a team until 10 a.m. that morning. Like I didn't know
Neither
about
does the
them.
NFL.
How much was it that you thought Taylor Swift was going to
Their
be there?
logo is a Guy Fieri toupee. I don't like it. I don't even understand. Like, what'd you say?
How much Taylor Swift you think her being there was the reason why you changed up everything?
Well, she wasn't there.
I know, no, but you thinking that she was going to be there?
No, I would have. I'm
You would've
fully committed
okay.
to Chiefs. I've bought like
All right.
hundreds of dollars worth of Chiefs gear. I'm ready. Like I'm gonna go to all the games that I can. And I also think it's. I felt alarmed at first, and my mom found out it was the owner's box, and she goes, "Nick, we're not supposed to be." And then another agent from UTA, it was like a UTA box too. That I don't even know if the owner was there, but it definitely was the owner's box. I mean, I have the bracelet. I just took it off. It says owners on it, and I was like, I didn't know, and so I texted my agent. I'm like, I'm in Chiefs gear, and he was like, "It's okay." Andrew, this other agent, is in Chiefs gear, and he was the only other one in the Bucks. And then there was another girl, Marissa, that showed up, but everyone else was in Chargers. But then before they showed up, I was feeling awkward about it, and then I had to talk to myself, and I was like, Nikki, this is a sport. Like it's sports. Who gives a shit if you are wearing red? And honestly, the only reason I'm wearing red is because my favorite person's dating one of the players. Nothing matters. I was happy for the Chargers when they did well. I liked but the thing is, most of the people there were Chiefs fans.
The Chargers famously are very used to having the opposing team's fans in the stands.
It was crazy.
They have no fans. The Chargers have more fans in Mexico than they do in America because they used to be a San Diego team, and that's so close to the border. When the Chargers played a game in Mexico City, they had the most fans there that they've ever had at a stadium. They should move to Mexico City.
It was Latino Day there too.
Yeah.
They're really trying to hone in on that market, I believe.
Their quarterback was Phillip Rivers, and in Mexico City they call him Felipe Rios.
There was a good vibe. I liked the Chargers
Yeah, I like
Just
that.
a fact.
fans. But there were more phone chargers in that crowd than Chargers fans. Like I was like, they should change their logo
They
to
don't
like
have
a
home
phone
games.
charger because Chargers are so important to everyone.
Yes.
That's true.
A little lightning bolt doesn't really
That's a
mean
good
anything.
point.
But
I think the Chiefs are also cultural now. Like even if you don't follow football, you know about the Chiefs.
it's so
Yeah.
true.
They're kind of America's. Like every decade has.
No. I got a beef.
Every decade has like a
No,
football team.
they're the
and-
enemy now. The Chiefs are like the Patriots.
I know.
now.
Well,
they can't
here's
just
the
keep
thing.
winning.
You have to hate the.
Yeah, they can't just
you
keep
can't
winning.
you can't watch court. Even Chris is a little bit like doesn't really love the Chiefs because they mean that St. Louis will never get a football team, and there's another reason too. He's just like he only roots for teams that the city like needs it.
Yeah,
Like-
I only root for teams that like
Buffalo.
completely suck and hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And like a team that
that's
that's
so
always
you.
winning is just like I don't understand it. I can't get on board.
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, now because we all know why I'm on board, but I'm also like after watching Quarterback on Netflix, I love Pat Mahomes so much. I think he's so funny. I think he's charismatic. I'm sure every quarterback has this because I even liked Kirk Cousins, who they covered on that.
Yeah,
Like, I
Kirk
felt-
Cousins is a great guy too.
If you give me a documentary about an athlete, I will fall in love with them.
Oh, it could be a serial
instantly.
killer and you'll
Yeah,
fall in
OJ,
love.
Aaron Hernandez.
loved it. Yeah,
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
wait for that one. No, I'm
He's actually a good guy.
no.
Yeah, he also loves
well,
mini golf.
Aaron Hernandez, I do feel for because
Yeah, it's
Did you watch that show yet?
no, I'm not
Oh.
really interested in. Maybe I would be because I did love the docudrama about OJ. Juice.
Yeah,
David Schwimmer. I loved that, but I didn't. I was seeing the ad for the Hernandez one, and I feel for that guy. I mean, he was like closeted.
Yeah.
He couldn't come out. He hated himself
His
for
dad
it.
was a piece of shit who was like really hard on him.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I get it. You just gotta not murder two
Hurt people.
That's true.
Murder people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. But so yeah, I just felt like it doesn't matter that I'm like
I
ultimately
did
like
the
I had
same
to
exact
dismantle
thing.
it and be like, is this am I a bad person because I'm in the owner's box? It's like, no, because if the owner's here, he's a billionaire. Who gives a shit? He'll get over me wearing a red shirt.
Yeah.
And if that ruins his day, there's a problem. But you ever having
No, the
so
box
Andrew
I-
was
the-
also at a box yesterday. We
Wow.
David Dobrik's.
Yeah, David Dobrik. He saw something in me.
pickleball court in it.
And I threatened him, I remember, with a knife. And he's like, dude, you're cool, man.
He was like, will you come pick up rappers in my box?
Like, I know you don't really help Jason Nash anymore. I think maybe I can fill a void.
Whose box were you in?
I was in this guy. He's a Chief fan too. I didn't know, and I showed up in Charger gear. Same
Wow.
exact
Oh,
thing
that's
literally
interesting.
happened.
Wow,
to me.
this is
Freaky
fun.
Friday.
Yeah.
Well, can I just say this experience, like, thank you to my agent, Nick Nuciforo, for reaching out to me and being like, do you want to go to this game? Because I was like, sure. Oh, that's great. Oh, it'll be a box. Love it. That'll be so fun to bring my parents to. Guys, he was like, I'm going to get you a VIP escort too. And I was like,
Whoa.
okay. Just like, was like, sure. I had the Taylor Swift treatment. Like, it's very famous now to see her get on those golf carts, get out of the SUV, get on the golf cart, kind of be paraded through the wings of the, like, I got to do that. I was like, Dad,
Wow.
film me, because I entered exactly where she would enter at SoFi. It was so cool. We went
Wow.
underground. We had our car sniffed by dogs to go underground. It was, and then we were like led in, and we got to this box in the buffet. I don't know if you experienced this. I can't believe the food that was at this.
What did you get?
There was a sushi bar.
Oh, I
there
didn't
was
get that.
rotisserie chicken. There was charcuterie. I mean, any food. There was a candy wall of just every full-size candy you could even imagine.
Reese's?
Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pieces, but not Reese's Cups. Sorry. So not everyone that you can
Oh, a
imagine.
loose Reese's cup is kind of weird.
No, but the full size, like full
That's
size
what I'm
pack.
saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
full size?
Reese's Pieces,
Oh,
M&Ms,
that's the owner's box.
Twizzlers. I mean, it was,
Yeah.
and there were hundreds of people that had access to this because there's a couple different owners' boxes, and then it would open up into this cafeteria setting. It was incredible. I had the best time, and I kind of understood the game,
Yeah.
which was fun. Like I
Yeah.
knew what was
There you
kind of
go.
happening. But here's my new thing: is that I have always felt so embarrassed to cheer for football because I don't know what's happening, and so I always kind of wait a couple seconds after everyone else is cheering to like really get on board. But now that I understand, I can like cheer when I know something's happening. But I'm still so like nervous about cheering at the wrong time that I still wait. Like even though I know what's going on. Like yesterday, I cheered because I got wrapped up in it. Like the Chiefs did something that I was excited about, and I was cheering. But then everyone was cheering, and I was like, "Oh no, that must be the Chargers." But then I realized that everyone there was half and half. It was probably more Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs weren't doing well at first, and so it was the first time the Chiefs like. And it was so loud that I thought it was Chargers, and I got really, really embarrassed. And then I realized that it was. But I don't know if you guys relate to anything like that, where you don't know what you're doing, and you have to like kind of fake it.
Yes, this is
Concerts?
literally how I watched Frasier growing up. Is when the audience would laugh, I would laugh, being like, I think I get it.
I think I did that at a Dimitri Martin show.
Yeah.
Where
When he
everyone's
stops
laughing.
drawing.
Yeah.
I bet there are people that don't know, like
They don't
people
get
who
the
don't
joke.
understand
Yeah.
comedy and do have to the way I
rely.
watch football and like kind of wait for.
I remember looking at the people, and they would look at
No,
other
laugh
people to
tracks.
see if they were
Laugh tracks to
laughing.
studio
Yeah.
audiences are so important for comedy.
They are fucking essential.
People don't know what
as
the fuck
we-
that's funny.
No, you're so right. It's like, and even here's another thing that you don't know you need assistance on is lyrics. You think you'll know a song and you'll sing along with it, but you don't realize that you're kind of singing a millisecond after the words. Because the other day, Gen Z M sent me a TikTok, or she was like, "We got to do this trend where I would sit and behind me." Oh, like I'm not facing it, are the lyrics to like a song like Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter. And I'm like, I don't need the fucking lyrics. I can sing that. And she's like, you should do that where you sing the lyrics and we see how well you do behind you. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to ace. I go, that's dumb because I would 100% know it. And she was like, oh, we've got a confident girl on our hands. And I go, I was on a treadmill talking to her. I was like, I bet you anything I can do it. So I pulled up an instrumental just on my phone and put my phone down to see if I could do it, and I bombed right away.
Wow.
Oh, because also the lyrics to Espresso are so bizarre and like
Pull it up, right thing to the now.
it's basically like they wrote it in like Japanese, translate to English, translated it to German, then translated
You're
back
so
to English.
right. They're insane.
It's bizarre. It's very AI.
come-
Like
Yes, it
Me
is.
Espresso is like the chorus is bizarre. Like
You're so right. What isn't that me espresso?
It's
Why
like a
are we
Swedish
acting like that
guys.
means anything?
it means nothing.
Hit me, baby, one more time. No one questioned that either, and that was a Swedish
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, that was just
What?
Max Martin. Max
Yeah.
Martin, like, is a Swedish genius. He created all these pop songs that don't mean anything.
He thought hit me. I believe I could get this wrong, but he thought it meant like call me up again.
yeah,
Like, hit me up.
hit me up. But
And no one said, "Hey, this isn't the." We shouldn't
Right.
have a young girl saying "hit me, baby" one more time about a guy she's dating.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
and he just kept going, ja.
Well, I do think like if you're sweet, the less words you know in English, the better pop songwriter you're going to be because it has to simplify.
Sure.
It's same with a lot of comics that English is their second language. I feel like
Oh,
they're
interesting.
good because they make everything so simple because they only know 200 English words to pick from.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like Gad Elmaleh.
Gad.
Yeah.
God, fuck! I forgot how to say his last name.
Elmaleh.
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 Yeah, Gad Elmaleh.
Yeah, he's the boy Amaleh. Elmaleh.
Oh man, Gad. I have Gad stories.
Yeah, you do.
I have Gads and Gads of stories. But I can't help but see the Twin Towers on your shirt.
I know. I did. I didn't realize they were on here until you pointed.
Take them off.
Yeah.
Sharpie those out of the sky.
It's just nice to remember.
It is nice to remember.
How
It was a
great
great part of the skyline.
Oh, what a skyline!
I mean,
Those were the days.
I didn't know what they were though until they went down because I was in AP English. Yes, got a 5 on the exam.
Wow.
Proudest moment of
Damn.
my life. But I was in AP English when it happened. And it was over the intercom, and my teacher obviously was horrified and like, oh my God. And I just go, what's the Twin Tower? What's the World Trade Center? And I just remember her going, you don't know what the World Trade Center is, and like really shamed me. That's what I remember from that day, is like being shamed about
That was a
that.
my
hard
God.
day for you.
It was really,
Never forget.
I wanted to jump.
I went to high school where like
You're on one's first floor.
35% of the students at my high school parents worked at the World Trade Center.
Wow.
So like everyone was on cell phones crying, but my parents didn't.
They all
So
had
I was
cell
like
phones?
Yeah, it was 2001. And I remember my whole 9/11 as we ran the mile in first period, and then second period it happened and we all got to like go home because everyone was so connected to it.
Yeah.
And I remember this that I was just like, why couldn't it have happened like 45 minutes earlier?
Before the mile.
Before the mile.
Before I had to run the
9/11
mile.
sounds like a good time for the mile. Like,
Then you're just
that would
sweaty.
be, like everyone would be really pleased with that. Running the mile. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, when you're you're sweaty after
It's
the mile, and then
insane.
you have to put on your school clothes, and then
Oh.
you're sweaty under your
Did we
clothes
start
for
running
3
the mile
periods.
in? I think 5th grade. I remember was the first mile. What about you guys? Like when?
Yeah, around then.
Yeah.
It's a really, for us at least, it was a pivotal day when it was like the mile run.
You would
Presidential
build
fitness.
up to it.
Yes.
Like it really.
And I still remember Matt Johnson got like a 5:25.
Oh wow.
Matt-
There was
I'll
always
never
one
forget.
kid
Wow.
that broke 6. Yeah, that was like
Shout out Matt
amazing.
Johnson. Yeah,
Yeah.
there like, and then the poor kid who would get like 24. Like, like the kid that would walk and everyone would like clap.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not fair to do to kids. If you want to sit out the mile, you should be able to.
Yeah.
Here is my stance on gym. Kids should be able to sit it the fuck out because some of us are not coordinated. We don't like throwing. We don't like balls flying at us. We should be able to cheer on the sidelines and know our place. Like, you should have autonomy as a child to know what you like and what you don't like and not be forced to do something you don't want to do.
Yes, and
That's
this is
mad.
it's all Arnold Schwarzenegger's
Yeah.
fault. It is his fault for starting that like presidential fitness
That
thing.
Arnold Schwarzenegger started that?
He started
He
it.
was
I
like the
thought George
first
Bush started
spokesperson.
it.
Maybe
Oh,
it's
okay.
George Bush.
No,
I'm gonna blame Arnold for that.
Remember we would have like the president's signature on it?
On it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Like
like,
Bill
and like
Clinton's like,
where you could like,
congratulations.
yeah, like
On the sit and reach. Yeah.
I would always do really well at everything but flexibility. Like when I had to like
that board you'd have
yeah,
to go.
the board. I was
Oh,
so-
that board was horrible.
the worst.
I hated and I hated Arnold Schwarzenegger because of it.
Oh my God,
Because
yes.
we had to watch a video before we started the presidential fitness, and he was like talking about how this is gonna help you become like a
Wow.
muscle boy.
Remember we were all jumping rope for our heart, jump for heart? Like that was like a
That I
huge
didn't have to do.
movement
I had to do
in our
sit-ups,
schools.
and I farted on the
Oh, I remember
on the
this
second
story.
sit-up, and I got 4 sit-ups because I was laughing so hard, and everyone pointing at me, and it was such a loud fart. Like it was.
Oh, no.
I think I should have been able to go again. I thought. But
Turn
Yeah.
these shit
it
up.
wasn't very presidential.
Turn to shit up. All right, we'll be back after this. I was in Vegas this weekend, and I won't say who I was with, but I got invited to like a private, like gambling room
Whoa.
for some high
Oh,
rollers.
I could guess.
And I'll tell you off air, but I'm sure I could say it. But
20
I don't really
questions.
know this person well enough to know if they'd like
Should
me
we ask
talking
the
about it.
Akinator?
But yeah, do you want to do it?
See if
Let's
the
ask the
Wait, we're gonna
Akinator.
put the besties through
Oh my
this
god!
again?
If they get it, I can just say like, "I'm sorry, I had to." So
I feel like I could get it really quick.
yeah, guess.
You're in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
Dana White.
No,
Wow.
but
Dana
it was.
White's interesting
I mean,
guess.
here's the thing. This weekend in Vegas,
Everyone was there.
Everyone was
Oh.
there.
It was Skank Fest.
Skank Fest.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a woman. They're not a famous YouTuber.
No.
And they're more than 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
More than 40.
They're alive.
Yeah.
Are they a singer?
No.
They live in Vegas. Or go ahead.
An actor?
No, not really.
A magician.
No.
Linked with sports?
No.
Played a lead role in a movie?
No.
A Jabberwocky. I'm just naming things from.
Do they run for president?
No.
On a popular TV show?
No.
Is it a pop singer?
No.
Citizen of the U.S.?
Yes.
Do they own a company?
Yeah.
Is it man or woman? Did we do that? Oh,
It's a man, right?
That's
Yeah.
man. Okay.
Are they associated with technology?
No.
Linked with food?
No.
Are they white?
Yes.
Are they linked with cinema?
No.
What the fuck? They talk about the government.
No.
Are they linked with advertising?
No.
Are they boss of an important company?
I mean, I would say yes, but like I don't know that the Akinator knows that yet.
Okay.
Oh.
Have they published books?
No.
What has this person done? Are they famous thanks to television?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they from Nickelodeon?
No.
Do they wear a suit?
No.
Do they appear in the first season of a show?
No. Well.
Oh.
No. I would say no.
Associated with comedy?
Yes.
Okay. Are they a stand-up comedian?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, when it says it, will you just show it to me?
Do they live in Texas?
No.
Oh.
How many questions are we at now? Is it almost?
I think I know now.
Are they chubby?
No.
Do you think you know?
I think I know.
Okay, it's guessing.
No. It's not Theo
Ready?
Vaughn.
3, 2, 1. Carrot Top.
Carrot Top.
He is the CEO of Amazon now. So
How could the Akinator let me down twice on this fucking podcast?
Okay, so I.
does it start with a K?
No.
Do they have a podcast?
So, final thought. This person.
This fucking thing has never let me down.
But this person was with their friends that were this person was a high roller, but this person was with people that were. So I'm sitting at this table, and
Are you playing?
No, I'm just like there to hang.
What are they? What's the stakes?
I'm about to tell you.
Oh my
so
God.
I'm like, they're playing Baccarat. Okay.
Oh
And,
boy, 50-50 coin flip.
And there's also like a blackjack table for like a little bit lower bets for people. Like there's probably like 5 of us in the room. And I'm just sitting there hanging with my friend, and then he has 2 friends. And his 2 friends, I'm just looking at, like, I'm kind of like looking at their chips, but I'm not like paying attention. And then I would say 20 minutes in, I'm like, I should look at the amounts of these chips because it's like maybe show some interest in the game. The lowest, what do you think the lowest chip was?
$5K.
$1,000.
$1,000 was the lowest
Okay.
chip. And then I look over and I see 4 giant stacks
Yeah.
of a color of chip.
Oh my God.
And that chip, I couldn't believe, I had to like cover one of my eyes because I'm bioptic because of LASIK to
And
see.
when you count
Because I thought it said 25. I'm bioptic. I had one.
What does that
I had
mean?
one of my eyes LASIKed.
But not the
so
other?
it means one of my eyes sees close up, one of my eyes sees far away, and together they join, and I can do both.
Whoa.
It's pretty awesome. Look into it if you want to do LASIK. Just get one eye done. LASIK plus. So I like literally was just like covering one eye so I could see because I thought it said $2,500 and it was $25,000 chips.
Yeah.
And 4 giant stacks. And then I'm trying to have conversation, but also go 1, 2, 3. Okay, then 3. That's 9. That one's 10. That one's $1 million was sitting in a. And I watched someone win. I watched someone win $1.2 million. Up 1.2, then go down to 0.8. We walked out because it was done, and we walked out, and the guy that just won 1.8 was or 0.8 was a little bummed, but I didn't know what had happened. I only know this afterwards. And I asked my friend, I was like, and he went to go cash out the guy that won. And I asked my friend, I was like, what, like, did he just lose like a lot? Like, what happened? He goes, oh no, he's up 0.8. And I go, why is he like bummed? He's like, oh, because he was up 1.2. And I'm like, that just was funny to me. And then he came back and he was a little, and he had $100,000 in his stomach in his sweater zipped up, a check for $400,000, and then his buddy ran up $200,000 and put it in the safe upstairs, like ran past us to like fucking run, and then they took that 100 to go to another casino at 3 in the morning at this point, 2 in the morning to go to another casino and spend it. But his the guy was just kind of like, oh, man, god damn it, you know, kind of a little bit bummed, like the way we would be if you lost $20 on a slot. And I go, but you're up 0.8, and he was like, yeah, and I was like, he goes, but it could have been, and I go, that money was never yours, and he goes, whoa, we need her around more often. Like, it really did seem to affect him. I was like, it wasn't yours. It was just, it was in the air for a second, but it was never yours. And he was like, that really, and I feel like I did help him. He was really, really nice. Then those 2 buddies gave me a ride back to my hotel, and I got in the car, and I even turned to my friend while I'm watching my friend play, and I just was like, what's it like to be that rich? I was like, what is that? Because I know you, and I know there was a time 8 years ago where $100 chip would have been, and you're just throwing thousands out like nothing. Like literally they were putting them in front of me like you did. And I was like, get this away from me. And he was like, it's pretty crazy. But then these guys, I go, were you guys born rich? And they were like, oh God, no. I go, can you believe what just happened tonight? Like, I feel like these people need to check in with themselves that you just won $0.8 million.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like more money than most people will make in a lifetime.
They were like, yeah, it's wild. And it's just,
That's why they
can't even
make them
believe
chips, because the chips,
Yeah.
it just.
Well, it gets even worse than
$25,000
chips.
chip. I'm just like, that chip could change so many people's lives. That just little piece of plastic.
Yeah, there's a famous story about Charles Barkley. He lost $2 million once playing at the Wynn. Like, lost $2 million.
That's where we were.
And in an interview, they were asking what was that like. He's like, everyone focuses on the fact that I lost $2 million. I was up $6 million to start the night.
Yes,
it's like-
yes.
But I thought that was so healthy of him to view it that way, being like, listen, we're all just having fun. I'll make more money.
Yes, and that's like kind of these guys didn't seem to have like addictions. Like they weren't for them. It wasn't that much money.
Yeah.
Once you have that much money, it really is just fun. I mean, you can't really.
But how can people be waiting on them? You know, like there's a guy running the table, there's a guy dealing the cards. Like those people, they're just how
Staff.
do they not? I know.
Well, yeah, the
but, like,
casino. If you're a high roller, then the casino will just put staff members around you. Do you
I
want
know, but aren't
cigarettes?
those
Do you want
staff
drinks?
like everyone just seems so normal about it, and I was like, this isn't normal. I need to bring you all back to reality for a second.
They know it fucking rules to be working the high roller room because you're getting
Getting one of those
You get tipped
chips
out.
flicked at you.
Exactly. You're getting tipped better than any other table. Like you're getting tipped like your like
People have too much
5
money.
months pay.
That's my point.
Well, there should be a limit. It
There's
should be
too much money in
$100
the
million
world.
tops,
Is how much money you can have.
and then the rest needs to be given
That's
back.
too much money even. We don't 100 million. Let's make it 20 million. And
Maybe
that's
100 million. You do want to have generational wealth that you can put into a trust for 3 to 5 generations.
You can put 3 million into a trust for your kids, and it will be they'll be a-okay.
We're still gonna have terrible painters.
but $100 million, $100 million is not a lot of money compared to what people have now. People
right,
have
but I'm saying if we all put
trillion
it down
dollars.
to 20 million, that's the most
That's
you
a
can
little
have, then
too
that's
low.
fine.
I think that de-incentivizes capitalism if it's only 20 million.
Okay, 100 million, is a goal that most people cannot achieve and can still climb that mountain.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's what, have you guys ever seen that much money? Like I've never seen, like, you
Well, if
know,
you
John
work
Mulaney has a
there-
bit about like if $100 million cash, I would wait online to see that much
yeah, I'd
cash.
pay money.
I'd pay money to see that much, have my money added, and for an extra $1, you can have your money added to the $1 million. I just have never seen that much money.
No,
No.
I mean, I would probably faint to see like
I was excited.
at the realization of 25, like 4 stacks of that, because like I've seen people with like 500, like a whole like big thing, and I'm like, woo! So like doing 5 times that like is.
It was just.
I remember doing it. I was addicted to blackjack, and it's something else when you're playing for your rent money. You know, that's a real.
Oh
that's
my
not.
God,
That
yes.
is exciting.
That-
like whether you're gonna eat or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I've
Were
gone
you
on some-
addicted like in the
Oh,
casino? You would go to
Yeah,
the
it was
casino?
bad. Yeah, in college. Like
In college, you'd
yeah.
go to the casino and
He
you
would
just.
call his aunt to have her
I'd
like.
call my stepmom. I go, please don't tell daddy. You know,
Wow.
stuff like that. And then they'd only give you $200 because my limit on my ATM machine.
Uh-huh.
And then I'd wait until midnight, just around the corner on Bourbon Street, just walking around like just.
Oh wait, were you doing like the one in the casino?
Harrah's.
Yeah, Harrah's.
Wow.
Where they have like quarter craps there. It is like the most depressing place I've ever
Oh yeah,
been.
you mean
Man.
I called it home for a while. Yeah, it was nice.
God.
Yeah, you walked by. It is a sad place. Yeah.
I literally was playing craps there at one time, and I saw a homeless guy just empty change, and they're like, gave him chips for it. And I'm like, oh no, we are at the same place in our lives right now.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm
Hey,
so
that money
glad.
was never yours.
Yeah, it was. All right, that's our show. Andrew, thank you for being here. Sean, thank you for being here. Brian, Noah is in studio. We'll have a show for you tomorrow. Same group of people. We're going to record it right after this, but it'll feel new to you tomorrow. We'll see you then. Don't be cool. Bye.